One morning, you'll wake up and realize you don't have to rush anymore. No deadlines, no traffic, no meetings, just quiet. The kind of quiet that feels both peaceful and unfamiliar. For the first time in decades, your time truly belongs to you. And that's a wonderful feeling. But it can also be a little frightening. Because when work ends, a new question begins. Who am I now when I'm no longer defined by what I do? Most people prepare for retirement on paper. They plan their savings, their pensions, their investments. But very few prepare for it in their hearts. The truth is, retirement isn't the end of anything. It's a transition. It's not a full stop. It's a comma before the next beautiful sentence of your life. And that next chapter will be so much richer if you prepare not only your finances, but your purpose, your health, and your sense of connection. Purpose doesn't retire, your job does. When you step away from work, you need something that gets you out of bed with meaning again. Ask yourself, what do I love enough to lose track of time doing? Maybe it's mentoring young people. Maybe it's gardening, painting, or volunteering in your community. Maybe it's finally writing that book or starting that little business idea you always carried in your heart. Start one small activity that excites you each week and stop believing that purpose has to earn money. The most fulfilled retirees are rarely the wealthiest. They're the ones who still feel useful. Now, let's talk about money, not as a burden, but as a tool for freedom. Before retirement, sit down and look at your real numbers, not from fear, but with curiosity. How much do you truly need each month for a life that's simple, comfortable, and joyful? Trim away what doesn't matter and keep what makes your heart light. Adopt a spending plan that fits your new rhythm of life. You might not need every subscription or every luxury, but maybe you keep that little cafe breakfast that makes your mornings feel special. Avoid comparing your retirement to anyone else's. Joy doesn't follow someone else's bank statement. Remember to keep a small dream fund, not for emergencies, but for the experiences that make you feel alive. And while we talk about security, let's talk about health, because your health is your new paycheck. It's what pays you in energy, in freedom, in years you can enjoy. Move your body every single day, not to look younger, but to stay capable. A walk, a swim, stretching with the sunrise, it all counts. The goal isn't perfection, it's participation. Eat with gratitude. Sleep without guilt. Keep your doctor's visits up to date, not because you're old, but because you value the life you've earned. Adopt movement, laughter, and rest as your daily medicine. Avoid the thought that getting older automatically means getting weaker. Your body listens to how you treat it, not just the number on your birthday cake. Then there's connection. When you leave work, you don't just leave a paycheck behind, you leave people. The conversations, the routines, the sense of belonging. That can be one of the hardest adjustments, and it's one many people don't see coming. So build your new community intentionally. Reconnect with old friends. Join a group that shares your interests. Volunteer, or simply get to know your neighbors again. Reach out instead of waiting to be invited. Loneliness is the silent struggle of many retirees, but it doesn't have to be yours. The friendships you nurture now can fill your days with laughter, warmth, and purpose. And through it all, stay curious. Learn something new every year. A language, a musical instrument, photography, even technology. Learning keeps your mind young and your heart open. Retirement isn't about slowing down. It's about realigning. You finally have time to choose what truly matters, to start what you've postponed, to stop what drains you, to adopt habits that bring peace, and to avoid the noise that never mattered in the first place. Maybe it's spending more time with your grandchildren. Maybe it's traveling somewhere that's always been on your list. Or maybe it's just waking up with no plan at all and realizing that's perfectly okay. So when that morning comes, when you wake up and the world feels slower, don't be afraid of the silence. Listen. Inside that quiet, you'll hear the version of yourself that's been waiting all these years to be free. This is not the end of your story. This is the chapter where you finally live it on your own terms. If this message speaks to you, share it with someone who's getting ready for their next chapter too. And remember, you haven't reached the end of the road. You've just arrived at the beginning of the life you finally get to live.